Good morning, y'all. Or good night, wherever you may be. Today I just wanted to showcase the different stances I use on every blaster character that I play. And without further ado, we're gonna skip Cassidy, because I don't like her. And we're just gonna move on to Lord Vrax. So Lord Vrax, I use defense stance, mainly because I play this character in 2s, and I don't like having 4 defense in 2s. I'd rather have at least a 5 defense character or higher when I'm playing in 2s. Now arguably, some people are going to say, why not strength stance? And yeah, you could go strength stance, but then again, you know, I'm just an absolute goober on the Lord Vrax lance and guns. So that's why I play defense stance on that guy. Next up, we have Thatch. Now Thatch actually runs strength stance. Why? Because dex stance, absolutely nothing for sword and guns. So 8 strength and 6 speed, you know that's pretty crazy. I also see people running defense, and I did run defense a while back in the day, but now I'm just an absolute meathead on the strength stance. And then Aydah, you always want to go defense stance. No stance is better than that. Like strength, you know, if you want to be a clown, you can rock that. Speed also not that bad, but then again, you don't lose much when you play defense stance. And then finally, dex stance. You know, you're an absolute joker if you run the dex stance. So, defense all the way for me. Lucien, always gonna be strength stance. Now, I actually have a crazy theory, right? If these experimental changes, you know, like the dodge cooldown crap, actually gets implemented live, I think we might see dex stance on Lucien played more. I don't know. It just sounds crazy to hear, but I'm calling it now. More people are gonna play dex stance Lucien, because they're gonna be crazy on Katars with these changes to dodge. And yeah, really, nothing to do on Lucien. Alternatively, I would also go speed stance, but mainly I'm just rocking the strength stance. And then Barraza, you know, old reliable speed stance, ain't got much to talk about there. Diana, again, speed stance. Now, pretty much Diana is like Bodvar in terms of stats. You either grab strength stance or speed, whatever you want. Now, dex kinda matters on bow, but to me, I just feel good on bow no matter what dex I'm on. So, you know, I'm always gonna be a speedster on the Diana. And then moving on to cross, speed stance. Now, I will say that you can play strength stance on cross. I actually play strength stance on Taros because, well, Taros. And he's an absolute meathead. And of course, killing with guns isn't always that easy, same with gauntlets. So, back in the day, I would just use strength stance. But now I use speed stance. Who knows, maybe I will go back to strength stance if I ever decide to play cross. Now Nyx, strength stance. Scythe doesn't kill well, neither do guns. I just want to kill people, you know. Get the game over with, you know what I'm saying. Now Aydah, he is my DreamHack Bangladesh pick. Okay, when we all go back to lands and DreamHack Bangladesh is announced, I'm rocking the Aydah. He is my DreamHack Bangladesh pick. So don't ask me, are you playing Barraza? Are you playing Kaya? Are you playing Queen Nai? No, my pick for DreamHack Bangladesh is Aydah, 100%. In preparation for DreamHack Bangladesh, I've actually been kind of considering which stance is the best on Aydah. Everybody will rock speed stance because, you know, you get speed. But on one hand, you get a speed increase, and you need speed on cannon and guns, I would say. Especially on guns. But on the other hand, you lose strength, which is not fun. But when you play strength stance, you lose a dex, which doesn't affect guns or cannon. You now do more damage and can kill better, but you still have 4 speed. So I've been kinda iffy on what to run on Aydah. And pretty much I've just been rocking strength stance because maybe if I think hard enough and manifest my energy, then like I can trick the game into thinking 4 speed is 5 speed, even though it's not the same. And then I would just get away with quote having 5 speed while also having the additional strength stat on. But that's just me. Again, don't forget DreamHack Bangladesh pick. And second to last character, we have Reno. Reno, strength stance all the way. Speed stance kind of reminds me of Lucien, but that's just like a poor man's version of Lucien. Defense, funny guy over here if you rock that. And dex stance, again, you're just another funny guy. You know, if we think about this real clearly, this character was designed for Boomy, and I'll tell you why. Boomy played Orb a lot during the time he was wanting a gun character, and he was like, man, they should come out with Gun Orb. And what did the devs do? They listened to him, they gave him Gun Orb, they made him a non-human character. Think about this, he's always wanting these weird furry characters, or these trees, or whatever. So they didn't give him a human, they gave him a bug character. Not to mention his stats. Look at his stats. Look at Diana stats. Kinda even, right? Let me just take off. Yeah, kinda even. Now look at Reno. Of course they have to make it base stance because I think they already have this stance normally on another character. So they were like, okay, we're gonna make the stats like this, but we're gonna make it so that way you always have to pick strength stance. And that's what they did. Alright? This was a foolproof plan to make this character played by Boomy. And guess what? He doesn't play the character. Well, he does, but, you know. He does, he sometimes doesn't. But that's just a crazy theory I wanted to tell you guys. And finally, we have the last character, Bodvar. Actually, it's Cassidy that I have to go over because it wouldn't be fair if I didn't. So Cassidy, like Aydah, one day I debated what was the best stance to use. I looked at speed stance, but then I looked back at defense and I'm just like, you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the stats, you know? You could have just given her 7 decks, but you didn't, and now we're here. So, defense. But if I'm feeling like an actual goofy goober, which may not happen on Cassidy, maybe I'll rock the speed stance. Who knows? But for now, we've got defense. And yeah, that's just every stance I use on the gun characters. That is all I wanted to discuss. Make sure to tell BMG to make non-human characters so that way Boomy can play them more. And yeah, that'll be all. Catch you later.